Mnangagwa faces a new legal blow as a war veteran a challenge Cabo 3 again. Kusangana kwatunoita zvakare pana pachannel yenyu Magaba News patinobata nawo dzinenge dzichiitika munharaunda nemunyika yedu yeZimbabwe, tichingokurudzirana kuti kana pane vachangosvika ndiwo mukana wekubaya button rakanzi subscribe nekutena notification bell. Today we have a news of war veteran hit Mnangagwa again as a fresh court challenge target Cabo 3. War veteran onyora tsamba zvakare ichiendeswa kumazitare edzimhosva inova iri tsamba iri kuonekwa iri yechi3 iri yekuchallenge ava Mnangagwa. Toziva kuti vakabva isati yatomboitwa muparliament, isati yatomboitwa consultation, vakabva vachinyora tsamba. Iko zvino vanyora zvakare yechi3 yaendeswa kumazitare edzimhosva inova iri tsamba iri kuonekwa iri a fresh court challenge rocks Mnangagwa apo war veteran paari kuopoza nawo yechitiko checonstitutional amendment bill number 3 sezvo zuva nezuva nguva nenguva vari kuchemera kuti paitwe urongwa hwekuiswa kwereferendum kuti veruzhinji vawane kuvhoterwa. And also potaurwa nawo iripo zvakare kuti paari kuva achimirira war veteran aya lawyer harina kumobvira rachinjwa, parine a constitutional lawyer Mo Madhuku ndiye aripo pachiitiko ichi. Ine tsamba iyi iri kunyorwa yakanangana navaziyambi vanova justice minister vari kuonekwa vari pamberi pekupusha chiitiko cheCabo 3 ichi. So according to news zviri kuziviswa nzunzi, a group of war veterans has launched a fresh constitutional court challenge against the Cabo 3, adding a new pressure to ongoing efforts aimed at stopping proposed constitutional change that has sparked intense national debate. The latest court application marks the third legal challenge brought by the former liberation fighters against the proposed amendment. The move comes as Parliament continues debating the bill, which critics urge that significantly reshape Zimbabwe political landscape. Represented by a constitutional lawyer, Mo Madhuku, the applicant challenged several key provisions containing in the bill. Among the most contested proposed planned to extend presidential term to 5 to 7 years and suggest that future president could be elected by parliament rather than through direct public vote. At the center of the legal challenge is an allegation that Mnangagwa breached the constitutional obligation by presiding over the cabinet meeting that approved the draft legislation. The application urged that the president had a potential interest in the outcome because some provision could directly affect his tenure in office. According to the court papers, the applicant contended that such action may have violated section 90 and 196 of the Zimbabwe Constitution, which sets standard of conduct for public official and establishment principle for public administration. The challenge also relies heavily on section 328(7) of the Constitution. The applicant urged that this situation prevent constitutional amendment extending time limits from benefiting in a government office holders directly. Beyond the issue of presidential tenure, the war veteran also proposed that would allow a future president to be chosen by parliament instead of through national election. They urged that such changes could reduce citizen direction participation in choosing the country's leader and could affect the democratic process. As the part of application, the applicant seek a court order declaring a cabinet approval of Cabo 3 null and void. They also request an interdict that would prevent the president from signing the bill into a law if it is eventually passed by parliament. The legal action was filed by a war veteran together with Mike Matanga, who say the challenge is being pursued in the public interest. According to the application, the move comes after concern that calls for a national referendum on the proposed constitutional change were not acted upon by both the executive and the legislators. Court documents indicated that more than 500 war veterans opposed the enactment of clusters 3, 4, and 9 of the bill without first obtaining approval through a referendum. The application notes that the 50 or veterans who signed the petition were simply those who were readily available in Harare at the time. The applicant maintained that the dispute clusters can only be lawfully enacted through a national referendum in accordance with Section 328(6) and 328(9) of the Constitution. According to the court filing, despite the repeated calls for a referendum, authority have remained committed to advance the amendment through Parliament. In his founding affidavit, Mike Matanga urged that Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Ministers Yambi reject demand for a referendum following a public consultation hearing conducted on the bill. The applicant further claimed that government officials indicated that the proposed amendment would instead be passed using two-thirds parliament majority rather than through a national vote involving citizens. Matanga is that such an approach could infringe constitutional rights guaranteed under Section 67(3)(a), which provides citizens with the right to participate in referendum when required by constitution. According to the applications allowing only members of parliament to vote on the dispute clusters would exclude millions of ordinary citizens from participating in the decision that could have a major impact on Zimbabwe constitutional framework. The court papers add that more than 8 million eligible citizens could potentially participate in a referendum. The current legislative route would leave the decision in hands of approximately 350 members of the parliament. The applicant said this creates a concern about equal participation in a constitutional process that affects all Zimbabweans. The further add that the courts have a constitutional responsibility to intervene wherever there is a likelihood that fundamental constitutional rights may be infringed. The latest legal challenge led to a growing opposition surrounding CAB 3, which continues to generate significant political and legal debate across the country. Key issue under this discussion including presidential succession, electoral process, constitutional governance, and the balance between parliamentary authority and direct public participation. Ndizo nawo dzotakabata ndizo zviri kutaurika pamusoro petsamba yaendeswa zvakare keshi 3 yoma veteran. So ma veterans kunzi more than 500 vari kuramba chiitiko ichi ende vakasaina vanga varipo panzvimbo vaiendeswa tsamba koti i50 so far. So zviri kuratidza kuti hazvina kumira zvakanaka. Ndizo nawo dzotakabata pano pachannel yenyu yeMagaba News. Ndokutenda nekutsigira kwamuri kuita Magaba News.